The suburbs have their perks. They also have a lot of downsides, especially when you really wish you had a couple acres. I appreciate our little suburb for what it is: safe, easy, and affordable. I would also much rather have at least 3 acres and a farmhouse for what that is: freeing, full of opportunity, and able to be self-sustaining. I want my kids to have more chores than just dishes and dusting. It would be my dream to be able to make a meal all out of things I raised or grew. That sense of satisfaction is great for us and for our kids. It's that sense of family team that we want to instill in them. Not to mention, I think suburbs are kind of creepy when all the houses look the same. Way too dystopian. Since we don't have that right now, what can we do with what we do have? I think people often look down on the moment they're currently in, which is unfortunate since we only have control over that one moment. When we have disdain for it, we're neglecting the responsibility we've been given to use this fleeting present moment for something, anything good. That is why I think that everyone should start homesteading when they don't have a homestead. There are 2 main reasons for this. One optimistic, one pessimistic, both helpful, hopefully. The first reason you should start homesteading right now, because it's a lot of work. Everyone who has a difficult goal, I'm thinking of athletes, trains hard but starts small. If I want to run a marathon in a year, I won't start day 1 of training with 26 miles or even 13 miles. I would probably start with 2 or maybe 3 if I'm feeling really adventurous. That's how we should view homesteading. If your goal is to be completely self-sustaining on your own land in 30 years, don't go moving out to a remote property just yet. Maybe try making bread or growing an herb garden or being smarter with your money so you can save up for that down payment. Do what you can with what you have because these are all practice reps. They're all helping you get to your goal. Don't view your current situation as a loss. View it as a training grounds for what you want to eventually achieve. It's important to understand that most of your life, in that ideal goal you have, will still be mundane. If you're self-sustaining, a lot of your life will be pulling weeds, planting seeds, making bread, doing dishes, canning food, and so on. You've got to get good at the little things in order to do big things. Okay, number 2, the more pessimistic one. You may never get to your dream of a homestead. Chances are you will fall somewhere in the middle of where you are now and where you want to be. But even if you never leave the suburbs, start doing things you can do now, and it won't be a missed opportunity. I believe our situation is actually a lot more up to us than we think. We live in a culture that is obsessed with being the victim, since these people assume that the reason their life is the way it is not their fault, which means they don't take responsibility, and therefore their life doesn't get any closer to what they want it to be. You have to take action towards your goal if you want it to happen. This happens to me way too much. I often fall into the cycle of, I want to do something. It takes time and effort to see results. I don't want to put in the work if I'm not seeing results. I guess I don't really want to do it. That's just it. If you aren't taking action, practically, right now, where you're at, do you really want it? Or do you just wish you were already there? This leads back to my first point. If you got a 10-acre homestead dropped in your lap, kind of like that rom-com 13 going on 30, but with a farm, you'd fail epically in the first week, probably in the first day. It would be total shambles before you know it because you don't actually know how to do anything. All that to say, go do something. I understand I make it sound like this is easy in writing. That's because it's simple. but still not easy, and I get that. What makes simple things easy? Time and repetition. The first time you make bread, it may be a simple recipe, but you have to read it carefully and take time to focus on it. In a year, you could probably do it in your sleep. You've got the recipe in your head, and it's basically muscle memory. But you only get to that point if you do it when it's still hard and repeat until it's not hard anymore. Thanks for watching this whole video. Now you can put your phone down or laptop away and get to it. You can make bread with me or find something else, preferably something that inspires you. Maybe it's something you've been putting off because it felt too daunting or too much work. Just make it happen. Chances are it's not actually as hard as you think.